Welcome back to Diablo Golden Ticket. In this video we'll be following Prince Aidan of Honduras as he takes on his first major demon enemy in the labyrinth underneath Tristram's cathedral. While he faces down the infamous Butcher, his associates Morena of the Sightless Eye and Jazreth of the Vigeri Mage clan are going to trace the pollution of Tristram's well water to its source and save the town. Join me now, if you would, for the next half-hour chapter of this thrilling tale of demonic corruption, etc., etc., etc. So I guess in the war against Westmarch, Prince Aidan must have lost basically everything but the rags on his back, so he's pretty badly equipped right now. And it's not like he can go to his royal dad for help, since the guy went crazy and had to be killed by his captain of the guard while Aidan was gone. But Aidan managed to survive that disaster of a war, so he figures if anyone can take on this demon they call the Butcher, it's him. He wants to ask Adria the Witch about the Butcher because she seems much more willing to speak frankly about dark subjects. And also he just thinks she's kinda hot.
The Butcher is a sadistic creature that delights in the torture and pain of others. You have seen his handiwork in the Drunkard Farnham. His destruction will do much to ensure the safety of this village.
So Aidan runs into some new friends on level 2. Wait, sorry, that was a typo. Fiends. Anyway, a long time ago some evil wizards made deals with demons in order to create these fiends to serve as familiars. Surprise, surprise, they started draining their masters and killing them and then breeding on their own, and now they're loose on Sanctuary. For right now, I'm continuing at every level to do 3 points of strength and 2 of vitality for Aidan, though I'll be switching to dexterity soon to improve his chance to hit. I genuinely love the fire effects in this game. There's something very important and rather chilling that I don't think many players of Diablo 1 think about. Even if you, as a player, are not sure how many levels there are to this dungeon, most folks are probably pretty sure there are more than 2. But think about it from Aidan's perspective for a second. Prince Aidan and his friends have no way of knowing how deep this goes. All they know is that Prince Albrecht has been dragged down somewhere underneath the church.
The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap.
No one trying to find the prince has thus far managed to get past this huge cleaver-wielding demon. Okay, do you see this one skeleton with sort of a red outline who's casting a glow around himself? That's Bone Ripper, who I believe is our first unique enemy. Unique enemies generally have a different color scheme from their related friends and are a little tougher to take down, but at this level they're not too tough. I should switch Aidan to a blunt weapon to deal with Bone Ripper since, as Griswold told us, those do more damage to undead. Anyway, so after the young prince was abducted, Archbishop Lazarus led a charge of townspeople into the basement of the church where the boy was supposedly being held.
He played upon their fears and whipped them into a frenzied mob. None of them were prepared for what lay within the cold earth.
It was an absolute massacre, or so we hear from the very few who managed to escape.
There were many that bore the scars of his wrath upon their bodies when the few survivors of the charge led by Lazarus crawled from the cathedral.
Only 3 that we're aware of survived their wounds. Griswold, one of the most skilled weapons experts in the town, went down there once he found out the kid Wirt had gotten caught up in the mob, and Griswold only escaped by sheer chance.
I was separated from the fray by a host of small screeching demons, and somehow found the stairway leading out.
He did manage to get Wirt out of there, though, or at least most of him.
His little friends got a hold of me and managed to get my leg before Griswold pulled me out of that hole.
And Farnham, who you'll soon see is one of the few bits of comic relief we occasionally get in the game, he was fighting at Griswold's side and must have gotten separated from the worst of it as well, but what he saw broke him.
Couldn't save them. Trapped in a room with so many bodies.
He's just utterly ruined. We have no idea what sort of man he was before, but it certainly wasn't the drunken wreck we see in the town now. So Aidan, venturing down here, possibly with Sister Morena for backup, has every reason to believe that the Butcher is the big bad. That if he can defeat him, he'll be the hero of Tristram and claim his place on the throne, and despite everything that's been lost, the town and his nation might begin to heal. Aidan has every reason to believe that this is the metaphorical and literal rock bottom, and it won't get worse than this, because no one has lived to see what's underneath. Aidan thinks the end is in sight. He has no idea what he's in for. And I don't know about you, but that chills me to the bone. So here we have another unique enemy. Deadeye, I've got to say, is the perfect name for an elite skeleton archer. Just back that guy into a corner, hit him a couple times with a blunt weapon, easy peasy. Now I've just got to take out all his friends. While facing down archers as a warrior is annoying because you have to get right up in their faces to kill them, if you have enough vitality and or good armor, you can really just ignore all the arrows they're loosing at you and not let it psych you out. It's possible to position yourself to minimize how much you get hit, but honestly, if you just keep plodding along and bash them to pieces one at a time, at this level you're generally good. So you've probably noticed that there are a lot of skeletons down here. In the world of Sanctuary, animated skeletons aren't unheard of. People sometimes come across them at the sites of major battles or in large graveyards. They can apparently sometimes self-animate when their deaths had particularly dark circumstances. But an army like this is pretty much always the result of either a powerful necromancer or a demon casting spells. As a skeleton summoner, you apparently don't even need complete human remains. You can mix and match bones from any number of people and it works just fine. Now we've come to a weird shrine. Let's look what it does. See my club here that does 3 to 6 damage? Now it does 3 to 7 damage. And every weapon in my inventory has also gotten 1 added to its maximum damage as well. These devilkin that you're seeing, by the way, are really just another type of fallen imp like we saw before. Aidan is level 6 now, and we're still doing strength and vitality. So as soon as Aidan passes through this door, he's hit with an absolutely horrible stench. The smell seems to be coming from a closed door leading to a square chamber surrounded by hallways. Aidan's no idiot, and he has a strong feeling that this must be the Butcher's lair. But he's still literally wearing rags and not quite ready to take him on, so he's going to clear out the rest of this level before touching that door. Allow me to introduce you to the town portal scroll, your friend throughout this game and the next. This portal only works once, and I can travel through it and back, and then it disappears. I can also only have 1 active at a time. Aidan keeps finding gold under the cathedral and items that sell for gold, so now he's able to buy some new armor from Griswold. In the meantime, what's Morena been up to? To start with, I think she took Aidan at his word when he said, "I'll call for you if I need you." So she's just been sort of waiting around in a village that, aside from the demons in the church basement, is pretty boring.
Yep, that's a cow, all right.
But eventually she figures she'll just venture down there and do a little target practice while she waits for Aidan to stop doing the brooding loner thing. Notice how we're seeing zombies now? In each game, each level randomly populates itself with monsters from a certain selection. The zombies didn't seem to make it into level 2 of Aidan's game, but Morena's getting a slew of them, including this cutie pie, Rotfeast the Hungry. When playing as a rogue, zombies are the best because they're slow, and if you have enough brains to attract their attention in the first place, you also have enough brains to keep them out of melee range. Ooh, a bow upgrade. The unique skill rogues get is to disarm traps. A trapdoor will show up with its name in red, and then it works just like spells. It has to be ready in the lower right there, and then you right-click. Any scrolls you may have in your inventory also show up as a selection when you hit S. Whatever you click on goes to your little ready square. Right-click turns your cursor into this type of arrow, and then you left-click on the trapdoor. So I'm still mostly putting her points in dexterity, but I think I'll also give her back that magic point that we lost at the shrine before. While Morena's getting patched up at Pepin's, she finds out there's some pretty time-sensitive work to be done.
I'm glad I caught up to you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townspeople have become ill drinking from them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry. I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we all will surely perish.
This isn't exactly her area of expertise. She's good at killing things, but she doesn't really know much about these sorts of practical matters. The old man likes to talk. Maybe he has ideas.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. I don't know what I can really tell you about this that will be of any help. The water that fills our wells comes from an underground spring. I have heard of a tunnel that leads to a great lake. Perhaps they are one and the same. Unfortunately, I do not know what would cause our water supply to be tainted.
Okay, he's not much help. But underground lake, he says. Maybe it's related to whatever's going on in the church basement. So she's going to check in with the witch, Adria, and see what she has to say. I think Morena has mixed feelings about her. She loves her a powerful woman, but this one's a little creepy.
I sense a soul in search of answers. The people of Tristram will die if you cannot restore fresh water to their wells. Know this. Demons are at the heart of this matter, but they remain ignorant of what they have spawned.
Aha! It's the demon's fault. So if Morena kills the demons, problem solved, right? This is the sort of problem she knows how to handle. So the first time I played this game in November of 2019, I was live tweeting it on Maine for a couple of days straight, before people started unfollowing me in large numbers and I considerately made a separate account. I remember this quest was one of my first posts.
Can't a fellow drink in peace?
Take heart, old man, I'm going to save your water supply.
You drink water?
But yeah, I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for this game because it forced me to make that Twitter account, which forced me to admit that I was a gamer, and it's been very freeing, you know? I don't have to live up to society's expectations. I do what I want.
I'm not thirsty.
I do what I want.
Hey, I'm no milkmaid.
Me either. I'm a gamer. So here's an amazing, unique zombie named Soul Pus. Do you know you can apparently decapitate someone with an arrow? Who knew? But there was a perfect demonstration of the fun that rogues can have with zombies. Now we've got a snazzy pink skeleton named Bonehead Keenax. Skeletons are just a little too fast to really have fun with as an archer. She's caught up to Aidan's level now, yay! I wonder if I should start putting points in magic yet. Yeah, I see you there, zombie. I am not at all concerned about you. Nope. Yeah, just gonna put everything in dexterity still. So now Morena has found this mysteriously reeking chamber. In other words, I got the quest in this game as well. And I think she's getting the same idea about it as Aidan, who, by the way, is probably up there right now getting new armor. But Morena's business down here right now is to find that water source. She didn't get this far in life by letting herself get distracted from her goals, so she's not going to venture into that clearly cursed room right now. Nope. This little opening to a dark passage seems like it might be the ticket. Some underground caverns, very promising. But she's going to want some help in here. Meanwhile, Jazreth too has been wandering around on that second level of basement, experimenting with using his charged bolt spell to take out little crowds of scavengers. Scavengers are a type of demonic animal that has actually been around on Sanctuary for a long time, but they were once almost completely wiped out. Only the strongest survived, and despite the name, they've got no qualms about attacking live prey. But if you take one down, sometimes their instinct to prey on the fallen is so strong that they'll actually stop attacking you for a minute to turn on whichever of their allies just got defeated. Ooh, Book of Healing. Once he uses that, he can now heal himself, which means so long as he has mana potions, he can stay alive. As it turns out, Charged Bolt is just the thing when you're traveling through narrow passages filled with crowds of relatively weak demons. So in my headcanon, once Morena shows Jazreth how to find the water supply, he just takes it from there. He can just hop right in there and electrocute all the demons. Okay, he can electrocute all the demons except for this one guy, who seems to be unnaturally good at dodging lightning. He's a Khazra, by the way, or a goat man, and I'm going to talk a lot more about them later. See Jazreth's new healing spell? I love it. Kill it with fire! Voila! As if by magic, the water clears up the second Jazreth kills the last demon. Very satisfying.
What's that you say? The mere presence of the demons has caused the water to become tainted? Oh, truly a great evil lurks beneath our town. But your perseverance and courage gives us hope. Please, take this ring. Perhaps it will aid you in the destruction of such vile creatures.
Because of the way quests work in this game, you will either get this Ring of Truth or the Undead Crown on the next level. I'll talk more about the crown next video, but this ring gives you a bit of all three spell resistances, so it's pretty awesome for everyone at this level.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. Griswold, a man of great action and great courage. I bet he never told you about the time he went into the labyrinth to save Wirt, did he? He knows his fair share of the dangers to be found there. But then again, so do you. He is a skilled craftsman, and if he claims to be able to help you in any way, you can count on his honesty and his skill.
I make use of the gossip feature a lot because I think knowing something about the town, what its people think about each other, and about the events you're taking part in, it really adds to the impact of what you're doing. Diablo 1 in particular is a game that can just be sort of a mindless rote bubble wrap popping kind of experience, and that's fine if you want that. But if you're looking for a more immersive and emotional experience, this game has that too. The difference is, unlike a game like Dragon Age, where the feels are baked into the main path, in Diablo you kind of have to go looking for it. It's there though, and it's a big part of what I'm trying to bring out in these videos. Okay, let's magically switch back to Aidan. Boop! Fun fact, in the Dungeons & Dragons Diablo tie-in, Diablo 2 The Awakening, the townsman who gives you the butcher quest is given a name, Kale Rills, and his voice is just one of the many that I imagine are echoing in Aidan's mind as he goes to face the butcher.
Avenge us! Find this butcher and slay him.
Kill him before he kills you and adds your corpse to his collection!
Fresh meat.
The butcher is a sadistic creature that delights in the torture and pain of others.
He swung a cleaver as large as an axe, hewing limbs and cutting down brave men where they stood.
Big cleaver, killing all my friends.
It left wounds festering with disease.
Trapped in a room with so many bodies.
Left in the clutches of unspeakable horrors to die.
Beware if you plan to battle this fiend.
Couldn't stop him. Had to run away.
Kill him before he kills you!
Lazarus abandoned them down there.
Couldn't save them.
But his blood-stained visage haunts me to this day.
Torture and pain
Lazarus.
of others.
The Archbishop Lazarus.
Lazarus.
Avenge us!
Torture and pain
So
of
many bodies.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
So that was the butcher. Although I've already discovered everything on this level in my headcanon, I imagine that only at this point does Aidan discover that there is a stairway leading down. Fun fact, I was so excited after I finished that battle that I stopped recording, exited the game, completely forgot to save. So then I had to come back and do it again. What this second attempt told me was that my first try wasn't just the luck of random numbers, that I really was well enough equipped to take this guy out, albeit slowly and consuming 5 health potions in the process. But you can also see how incredibly mind-numbing long fights can be as a warrior, and why I decided to get all fancy with the editing. Let me give you a moment to just really take in the actual experience I had playing this twice. Yeah. As an extra bonus, I'm going to show you Morena's version of this fight briefly. I tried doing fancy tricks with her, evading him, and I just ended up dead. It turns out that other than those first few shots you can get in before he catches up to you, you pretty much handle the fight as a rogue the same as with a warrior. At least in my case, there was no grate I could go hide behind and shoot at him through, or anything like that. He runs just as fast as I do, so it ended up being click him till he dies and hope you have enough potions. It was a much closer battle in this case. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time to take on the Skeleton King.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.